Welcome, everyone, to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Time for Hobbs Eagle basketball. Live on the radio at Cool 95.7, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, the Cool 95.7 Facebook page, and the Cool 95.7 app on your cell phone. Ty Friend here in the Duke City for the APS Metro Tournament Round 2. Evie Stuber back at the station supporting us here in this effort as the Hobbs Eagles ready for their second game matchup as they take on West Mesa. In fact, they are playing at their home court against the Eagles in this one. Of course, last night, the Eagles playing number 6 ranked Max Preps poll La Cueva Bears. The Bears getting the victory here, 59-48, an 11-point win in that contest. They had as high as a lead as 14 in that ball game, but the Eagles whittled it down to about 7, but unfortunately could not hang on to get the lead in the game late. Of course, Malachi David was not on the court last night. It was a last-second decision for him not to come into the game. He was marked as a starter in the scorebook, but they told the scorekeepers that he would not come on the court. He has got a strained knee, which actually kept him out of the season last year. So that is an update on Malachi David. Of course, a major score for the Eagles, averaging 14.7 points a game, and the leader in rebounds, close to 8 a contest. So definitely a kind of wait-and-see type of situation. It looks like at this point he will not play here at the APS Metro, even Friday or Saturday. Still up in the air, but again, the same knee that he strained last year actually kept him out of the season, more than a strain. This year, he told Coach right before the game that he was not going to play, and that's why we really didn't know what was going to happen. There was no indication. Coaches had him already marked as a starter, so unfortunate for him. He is out there today, at least supporting the team. Wearing some flip-flops, though, not the basketball shoes, but definitely out there to help his squad hopefully get a win against West Mesa. In that game yesterday without David, Lyric Soria really drilling some big-time threes. He had 3 through 2 quarters, 16 points for him, 5 of 6 from the charity stripe, so definitely a big scoring cause for the Eagles. Josiah Clay got himself a double-double, 14 points and 10 rebounds. He was 6 of 8 from the line, definitely helping out the cause as well. So Soria and Clay combined, the guard core, 30 points out of the 48, a lot more than 50% of the scoring for the Eagles in that one. Then it was Braddock Beatty with 8 points and 5 rebounds. He had 4 of 6 free throw shooting for the Eagles. And Darius Proby finished with 6 points on 3 buckets and had 4 boards as well. So the Eagles ended up with 6 guys in the scorebooks. They were out-rebounded 35-30, which hasn't happened much this season when you had Malachi David in the lineup for you, but a lot of other guys stepping up in previous games as well. And this one kind of a drop-off there, but still getting 30 rebounds, 5 shy of La Cueva in the game. Hobbs at the free throw stripe, not too bad, 15 of 21 for 71%, and had 3 less turnovers in La Cueva. They had 10 compared to 13, so that was a good positive for Hobbs. Again, only 3 3-pointers, all coming from Lyric Soria, and not very many for the La Cueva Bears as well. I think they ended up with just 2 in the contest, 1 for 1 player each, so not a lot of outside shooting for La Cueva. We knew that going in, too, because they had, dismal numbers on the percentages from the arc, like 15, 16% in several games. But although they did have one game about a week or 2 ago where they got 11 3-pointers. It was not the case last night, but they did not need it. Both teams are knotted up in the fourth quarter, 19 apiece, and Hobbs trying to come back hard, but unfortunately just could not pull it off. Eagles dropped to 11-3 on the season, and La Cueva improves to 8-2. Now we are into the second round, and their foe will be West Mesa. Of course, West Mesa had to play number 1 Rio Rancho on this court last night, so West Mesa getting 2 home games here, and they were thrashed pretty bad by the Rams, 88-54, a 34-point victory for Rio Rancho, just shy of the mercy rule. Rio Rancho managing 9 3-pointers in that ball game. We're up big early in the first quarter, 24-8, and Rio Rancho already had their 3 3-pointers in that stanza there. And 13 players scored for the Rams in the contest for the win. Sheldon Harris, though, for West Mesa, their top scorer, the only one in double figures. He had 19 points. He did hit 1 tray and had 10 of 16 free throw shooting. The team itself with 3 3-pointers in the ball game. So they had some issues scoring against Rio Rancho. But, again, they're on their home court once again tonight against the Hobbs Eagles, so we'll have to wait and see how that will help them in this cause. Last year, the Eagles played them in the consolation semifinals here at the APS Metro, and Hobbs winning big in that one, 85-64. That was a 21-point victory. A lot of guys that returned from last year's team. Beatty had 10 points, had a 3-pointer. Soria had 9 with 3 trays in the game. And Josiah Clay finished with 4 points with 1 3-pointer. Those are the returners coming back. 4 players had at least 2 trays in that ball game. A couple of players getting 1 apiece. Hobbs 10 of 20 from the 3-point range, 50%. Stellar numbers for the Eagles in that ball game. Henderson, though, who's not on the team anymore, of course, a graduation, 25 points and 10 rebounds. He had a double-double. Peyton Hodge dumped in 16 with a couple couple of trays. And also it was Abraham Pena with 13 points and 3 3-pointers. So lots of those seniors not there anymore, but still Hobbs really putting a whipping on West Mesa in that game. They did have a couple of guys that are back on the team this year that did play against Hobbs last year. Miko Hoyne, he finished with 11 points, 3 3-pointers. Dalen Holt had 10 points, and then also Sheldon Harris with 4 points. And he's the guy that scored 19 last night against Rio Rancho. I should mention Hoyne and Holt both were freshmen last year, so they're just sophomores this year. And Sheldon Harris was a sophomore, so he's moved up to junior status. So that kind of tells you these are pretty young kids, but did get some experience from the game last year and at the APS Metro. Also in that game, the Eagles were really dealing with some horrible foul situations. 31 fouls on the Eagles, just 9 for West Mesa. Hobbs 3 of 9 from the charity stripe for 33%, and West Mesa was 22 of 35 from the line. So fouls was not a good situation for the Eagles, although they did have a big lead at the half, 40-25, up by 15. Hobbs had 26 turnovers in that game and still won by 21 points and 6 steals as well. So, again, new team, of course. There are some guys returning for both squads, but right now, West Mesa trying to get themselves back on the winning track. They are 5-7 right now, under 500 for Coach Leo Ural. Last year, they finished 16-13, 4-4 in district, and they play with the likes of Atrisco, Albuquerque High, also Los Lunas and Rio Grande. 3 of those teams pretty tough year to year getting into the playoffs. Rio Grande has kind of had a drop-off over the years, but they did lose in the first round of the playoffs, did West Mesa, to Volcano Vista, one of the top teams in the state, got blown out 75-40 in that ball game. Now, they did play at the Phil Griego Invitational in Rio Rancho back on December 10th. They lost to Santa Fe in the first round of that game, 62-55. And they have some issues with size. The tallest kid on the court is 6'2" for West Mesa, and that is Jason Martinez. So they're having to deal with that quite a few games this season. Of course, I'm sure they're not too upset that Malachi David will not be playing in this game at 6'8", but they are a pretty scrappy ball club nonetheless. West Mesa actually played some tough D in that game against Santa Fe. They lost by 7. They caused 8 turnovers in the last 10 minutes at the hands of Santa Fe. And, of course, Santa Fe is usually a playoff team as well. But the problem with the West Mesa squad is they had 21 turnovers themselves. So they are turnover prone. Hobbs hoping to take advantage of that with their trap and full court pressure defenses to take care of that. Santa Fe did work a pretty good perimeter offense trying to move out the defense of West Mesa in that game. Then they started throwing it inside pretty heavy, and they got quite a few buckets that way in the fourth quarter. That helped into a 7-0 run, did Santa Fe, and went on to get that 7-point win. So unfortunately, Eagles don't have a big size factor they did with Malachi David, but they get some guys posting up, of course, and guys that might not be the real tall dudes out there, but they are going to move around a lot. Josiah Clay, 6'2". Adrian Moore, who comes off the bench, they have him listed at 6'3", but he's pretty close to 6'2" with the rest of the guys as you watch him on the court. Of course, Javen Hernandez at 6'1", got a good, strong frame out there to help out the cause as well, and a couple other guys that can help with some rebounding. Braddock Beatty's had several games, 5 and 6 rebounds, and again, some other guys too. So hopefully they can come together and take care of business with the absence of Malachi David. Right now, in terms of the Hobbs Eagle scoring production, with the exception of David, who is sitting out with 14.7 a game, Lyric Surya moved himself up to 14 a contest, and he is the leader right now with 3-pointers. He had 3 last night, 30 total, 10 better than David at this point. Also, Braddock Beatty is averaging 11.5 points a contest. He has 4.4 rebounds as well and has 8 3-pointers, shooting 68% from the free throw line. And one other guy in double digits average, Josiah Clay with 11 points a game, exact amount of rebound average as Beatty, 4.4 a contest, and he's shooting the exact same percentage on the free throw line too as Beatty at 68%. He has 5 3-pointers. The Eagles as a team shooting 67% from the free throw stripe. They're averaging 14.9 turnovers, starting to kind of drop those numbers down just a bit, and have 83 pointers on the season as a team. The Eagles coming in with a total record of 11-3, and of course we mentioned West Mesa, the Mustangs, at 5-7. We'll get ready for the tip-off here in Albuquerque, West Mesa High School. Second round of the APS Metro Tournament coming back in 90 seconds.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Here's some good news. Master Plumbers is thanking their customers. Right now, you can have your drain cleared for $39. $39, and you pick the drain. You better hurry. This drain clearing promotion won't last long. Plus, free camera inspection. Drain clogged? No problem. Call the Master. 397-9385. Reminder, Master Plumbers will meet or beat any competitor's plumbing price.
Master Plumbers. Call the Master.
Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back live to Albuquerque, APS Metro Tournament here at West Mesa High School. They are the home team as well, as West Mesa will host your Hobbs Eagles. The Mustangs at 5-7, the Eagles at a total record now of 11-3. 14 games for the Eagles, 12 games for West Mesa up to this point. We mentioned, of course, the Eagles losing to La Cueva last night and West Mesa losing to number 1 Rio Rancho. In fact, in the top 10 over the last night of action, most of the teams from Albuquerque are at this Metro Tournament with the exception of Monzano. But out of the top 10 teams, almost everybody won last night to move on to the second round. Fortunately, the Hobbs Eagles are one of the teams that lost in the top 10. They dropped 11-3, of course, second in the Max Preps poll. The other team to lose is not at the APS Metro. That was Carlsbad at number 10. They lost to Artesia with kind of a big rival battle. So right now the Max Preps poll has Rio Rancho at number 1, Hobbs 2, Las Cruces 3, Volcano Vista 4, Cleveland 5, La Cueva at number 6. The Eagles played them last night. Sandia 7. Farmington 8, Albuquerque High 9th, the team the Eagles beat at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament for the championship, and Carlsbad at number 10. There's definitely going to be some shifting. Hobbs losing last night will probably drop them a few spots. Carlsbad might drop out of the top 10 with their loss against Artesia. The number 1 team in the 4A, though, the Bulldogs definitely a force to be reckoned with. The winner of this game will play on Friday against the winner of Del Norte Rio Grande, and the loser will take on the loser of those two. We'll get more into that as the game progresses. Hopefully the Eagles can do what they did last year. They did lose game 1 to a tough Volcano Vista team just by 7, but won their next 3 ball games to punch their ticket to the Consolation Championship and getting a win in that one. As we get ready to jump, and it will be Hernandez jumping for the Eagles. And tip's going to go into the backcourt for West Mesa as it gets tipped over to Esteban Carrarubios. As we get action going, as West Mesa wearing the white uniforms, the red numbers on it, Eagles with the black uniforms, gold numbers. Ball in the hands of Covarrubias, dribbling on the right side of the circle. Hand off to Harris in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. Kick it left wing to Brody. Brody's going to spin and give it back to left wing. Fumbled off the knee of Masumbe. He's able to pick it up against Soria and return up top to Pastor. Drives the left side of the lane. Cradle. Double clutch is rejected, and Hernandez goes up for the rebound. Got a piece of that ball. His first board of the ball game. Still scoreless here first quarter at West Mesa High School. Pass over across the timeline to Beatty. He'll set up the offense for the Eagles at the time stripe. Guarded by Masumbe. Comes left around the circle. Gives it off to Soria. Soria guarded closely by Harris. Dumps it to left corner to Proby. Had to save it to himself. Drives baseline and running shot with 2 hands over the rim. No good. Pulled down on the right block for the Mustangs by Imarian Pastor. Ball got knocked out of his hands. Good D by Javen Hernandez there on the baseline to knock it out of bounds, and it will be Mustang ball, though, in their backcourt. The inbound man is Pastor. Boy, does he look like a carbon copy of Soria out there. Look like they're twins for opposite teams, of course. Pastor will get the inbound, takes it across against Beatty. Handoff up top to Harris, drives the lane, got knocked out of his hands by Beatty. They call the whistle. Beatty got a piece of the ball. I think they might have said he chested him from behind, but I guess they're not going to call it on him, though. It's going to be against somebody else for the Eagles. First team foul regardless. Looked like you might have said Proby. It looked like a 30, so it'll be on Proby, his first. Inbound to the right wing to Harris in front of the Hobbs bench. Crossover move. Drives the paint. Scoop shot on the right behind the backboard. Went off the hands of Soria. He got to sandwich him, and Clay were defending him on the drive that time, and both of them kind of bodied up. Inbound to the right baseline for Brody. Soria trying to block it on the jump in front of him there. They'll send it back deep. 5-second violation. Good job of mirroring the inbound by Soria. That'll be the first turnover for West Mesa. Still scoreless, 6:45 left first quarter. The winner of this game will still have an opportunity to play for as high as 9th out of 18 teams at this APS Metro Tournament. So there is something on the line here. Eagles won the consolation championship last year. Into the front court, pass to Soria, pivoting, waiting for a screen from Proby. Drives to the right side of the lane, kick out right to Hernandez. 3 on the way, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound on the left block for Clay. Gets it knocked out of his hands. Slapping at him that time was the other number 5. Amarian Pastor knocked it out to the baseline. Clay will inbound left base underneath the Eagles' hoop. Bounce it back door. Proby fumbled on the right block. Double team, and he shuffles his feet, gets the travel. So even up turnovers, 1 apiece for each squad. Still waiting for somebody to put something in the basket here with 6:21 left first quarter. Inbound comes in. It's had to be saved by Harris. Lost the ball as Clay gets it, drives to the hoop. Double clutch off the right glass, and he has a body foul on top of that. Not in position that time was Pastor, so Clay gets his first bucket. Second turnover for West Mesa as the Hobbs Eagle full court press starting to see some dividends here. So Clay will get to shoot. Trying to make it a 3-point play. Clay shooting at 68% this season, 41 of 60. Team is 67 for the complete squad. This one bounced around the rim and good for Clay. Eagles up 3-0 early here at West Mesa. 6:14 remaining. Quickly in the front court, crossover for Harris. Hook shot on the right rim. It rolls around and goes in. He was the top scorer against Rio Rancho yesterday with 19 against the number 1 squad. Into the front court come the Eagles, and the pass to Beatty in front of the West Mesa bench. Almost fumbled it out of bounds, able to recover. Dribbles to the left corner. Sends it back and right almost in the face of Soria right behind him on the left wing. Returns to Clay at the timeline near the scorer's table far left. Takes a few dribbles, hand off to Beatty. Top of the circle now. Bounce it behind him to Soria, over to left wing to Clay. Crossover, comes down the lane, weaving through 3 defenders. Reverse layup. They called a travel. Looked like he had left the ground that time. He went through 2 defenders, but they called the travel on Clay. That'll be the second turnover. And a quick sub for Coach Ross and the Eagles is checking in is Jalen Sanders for Braddock Beatty. 5:37 remaining here in the first. It's 3-2 in favor of the Eagles. Inbound deep right corner to Harris. Tries to bounce it back on the baseline and booted out of bounds by Clay. Eagles putting some tough pressure right on top of that baseline in the backcourt. Another return to Harris in the right corner. Sends it far left into the hands of Pastor. He'll come into the front court. Unloads to the left wing to Brody. Throw it back deep up top to Harris near the Mustang logo in the middle of the court as they play on their home court tonight. Bounce pass to the left elbow on the high post to Covarrubias. He pivots. Right on top of him is Proby. Handoff behind, left side to Harris. He'll dribble up top. Kick it off to the right wing to Pastor in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. Picked up quickly by Sanders. Cradles and stumbles around. They call the foul. Boy, he was at about 3 steps before any contact was made. They get the travel or the foul first. So that will be charged to the Eagles, and this time it'll be up against Sanders, his first, second team foul. Inbound to the right elbow to Covarrubias. Handoff on the right wing to Pastor. Dribbles up top. Kick out left to Harris for 3. Off the side of the iron. No good. Chased down left corner by Soria. His first rebound. He'll dribble up the near right sideline. Stop and go as he takes on Brody. Bounce pass to Hernandez on the right block. Gets knocked out of his hands at the near sideline. Stepping up in the passing lane was Esteban Covarrubias. And it'll be Hobbs ball on the near right side. Leading 3-2 with 4:51 remaining here in the first. Second round of the APS Metro Tournament. Soria gets it in quickly to Hernandez in the right corner as he sizes up Covarrubias. Back to Clay. Drives down outside the right of the paint and knocked out of his hands by Pastor. Pastor very aggressive with his hands on the basketball off the dribbles, so he's contesting every attempt to go to the rack with it. Soria to inbound right baseline underneath the Eagles' hoop. Tries to bounce it back door. There's a whistle halfway through the inbound. Oh, they got an off-ball foul call. It looks like that's going to go against West Mesa for a hold. That'll be their first personal or first team foul. Call that against Brody, his first. Inbound left corner. Sanders going to spot up a three, and he puts it through the hole. Jalen Sanders coming off the bench. And Sanders now with 4 trays on the season. The Eagles going to improve their lead to 6-2. Shot the pass to the left corner on the way. 3 off the back of the rim for Brody. Picked up on the right baseline by Covarrubias. Hook shot is an air ball. Underneath the hoop to rip it down is Mazumbe. And he tries to throw the washing machine elbows. Clay wanted a foul called on him, but instead they're going to call it on the Eagles. They're going to say that Javen Hernandez got too close to the washing machine. They call him for the foul. He just standing straight up that time. Third team foul, 3-1 foul count. Just remember last year, complete difference in foul calls, 31-9 in favor of West Mesa. Inbound comes up top, 3 on the way off the back of the rim. We got an illegal screen, though, to get open Harris from the backside. A push by Martinez, I believe, and that will be the second team foul. Call that actually against, yeah, it is Jason Martinez, their biggest player at 6'2". 4:18 left here in the first quarter. 6-2, Eagles up by 4. Up top of the arc, Adrian Moore, who just checked in. He'll hand it off on the near side to Sanders, who hit that 3 just seconds ago. Stop and go dribble, right elbow, jump stop, tries to pass though to Mora, and got knocked out of his hands, picked it up and traveled with it, and they call it against the Eagles for their third turnover. Doing a little bit too much in traffic that time for Sanders. Still a 4-point lead for the Eagles. On the right baseline to inbound for the Mustangs is Brody. Sails it down to the far right sideline to Harris. Gets across the half stripe. Takes 2 steps in the layup. Rolls off the right rim. No good. Mora with the rebound. Transition dribble into the front court. Kickoff right to Clay. Cradle. Go up high. Double clutch. And gets hammered as he goes up with it. Comes off the front of the rim, but he'll get 2 free throws. And hitting him hard was Covarrubias. That's his third team foul. Actually, they got him for 4 team fouls, and on the line will be Clay, who's 1 for 1. 3 points for him. Sanders has a tray as well. Shots up and swish for Clay. 7-2 the score. Biggest lead of the game for the Eagles is 5, and now checking in is Ben Navarro for the Mustangs. The Eagles get Beatty back on the court, and first time on the floor as well will be Jadarius Lowe. 1 more free throw for Clay. Bounce around the rim and good. He's got 5 points, 3 for 3 on the line. 8-2, the inbound to the far right sideline, and a travel. Trying to unload the ball up the court was Pastor and shuffled the feet. Third turnover. Both teams with 3 apiece. A little bit sloppy here early in the first quarter. 3:49 remaining. 8-2 Eagles. As inbounding will be Clay in front of the West Mesa bench, far left. Gets it in to Lowe at the time stripe. Dribbles to the right side, hands off to Sanders. Sliding left with the dribble up top to Clay now. Stop and go to the left elbow. Pivots, throws a hard pass behind him to ricochet out Beatty, and it goes out of bounds on the left sideline, and Beatty was almost point-blank range that time and got fired a pass right to his face. He barely got his hands up to block it away. 4th turnover for the Eagles. Brady will get the inbound to the far right side as he takes on Sanders through the time stripe, hands it up top to Harris. Drives the lane, reverse, and tries to throw it up with 2 hands off the right glass. He was outside the paint. They called the foul. Didn't drop, but he'll get 2 free throws. Eagles have picked up their 4th team foul. That one charges Soria, his first. On the line is Harris, first attempt for the Mustangs in this game. From the charity stripe. First shot is up and off the back of the rim, no good. Mustangs had some issues with Rio Rancho in the first quarter yesterday. We're down 24-8 early and gave up 3 3-pointers just in the first quarter alone. 9 total trays for the Rams in that win. Second shot, a fade off the back of the rim, no good for Harris. Missed them both. Rebound by Mora on the right block as he outlets it off to Soria, bringing it across the timeline. 8-2 your score to the front court. Soria giving off to Beatty. Beats his man to left side of the lane. Hippity hop. Turns and fires a point-blank shot off the front of the rim and goes off Mora's hands on the baseline. Couldn't get a grip on it. And it'll go back to West Mesa. Half-court officials stop in action. Oh, we got a guy tying his shoe there. Jumping down to the floor quickly, Jericho Brody. Eagles going to match up in the full court press. The inbound comes to the far right side to Harris. Gets a double team. And, boy, this one official has a quick whistle. Boy, Lowe and Sanders just kind of converge on the guard that time. And there was a whistle before anything even happened. We're already into double bonus. They call that foul on Lowe, his first, 15 foul. And will send Harris to the line where he just missed his last 2 free throws. Coach Ross shaking his head, putting his arms up in the air. As we wait for the free throws from Harris, first shot is up and good. He's now got 3 to lead his squad. All 3 of the Mustang points. Clay will come in for Sanders for the Eagles. One more shot for Harris. It's up, and it is bouncing off the front of the rim, no good. Ripped down high in the air by Moore, already his 3rd rebound. Outlet to Beatty on the far left side. He'll bring it across the time stripe. A 5-point lead for the Eagles. Bounce it down low to Clay in the left block. He gets squeeze played, and a foul got bodied into before getting a chance to go up with it. They get the foul against the Mustangs. That's their 5th now. Double bonus for Clay, and charge that one to Sheldon Harris, his 1st. Clay 3 for 3 from the line. Only guy that's been on the line so far. He leads Eagles with 5. Now make it 6 on the swish there. 4 in a row for Clay here in the first quarter. Eagles again came into the game shooting 67% on the season and went 71% last night. Clay was 6 of 8 from the line and second leading scorer of 14, and Soria led with 16 with 3 trays. Second shot good for Clay. He's got 5 free throws, 7 total points, and now lead 9-3. Or should it be 10-3, I believe. 2:55 remaining here in the first. Into the front court, top of the arc after the pass. Jump stop and a shot for Martinez out the back of the rim. Long rebound for Soria in transition, his second board. Throws it back door to Beatty, misses the reverse layup right side. And ball knocked around, trying to get a grip on it was Masumbe. Couldn't pull it down as it gets knocked out. Now, for some reason, they still got 9 on the scoreboard unless they rolled out one of those free throws. And now they get it to 10. I guess I was right the first time. So move up our internet scoreboard there. 10-3. Eagles by 7. Their biggest lead of the ball game. 2:43 remaining. The bouncer on the inbound far right to Pastor. Throws it to the time stripe left to Harris. Kicking ahead to left corner to Martinez. Tries to go back door. Almost took the head off of their big 6'2 post player, Covarrubias. It gets rejected, though, by Mora out of bounds. And it will be West Mesa basketball. The ball ricocheted and came back to the near left sideline. The inbound will be Brody. Sails it back to Pastor, top of the arc. Hands off behind to Harris, guarded closely by Clay. Harris is going to hold it under his bicep. Gets a screen up top from Covarrubias. Dribble to the right elbow, fires up a J and scores. Right through the net that time. Good follow through for Harris. He's got 5. 10-5. Eagles doubling up, though, on the West Mesa Mustangs, who are at their home court. 2:15 left first quarter. Moore gets the pass, top of the circle in the front. Give it off to Proby right behind. One-hand pass, wide open Clay. Miscommunication on defense. Nobody there, and a layup easy for Clay. He's got 9 points to lead both teams. 12-5 your score, and a whistle before the inbound. I guess the ball got deflected, and then a substitution whistle coming on as Lowe will return for the Eagles, and so will Javen Hernandez. Inbounding on the right baseline is Brody for the Mustangs. 2 minutes left in the quarter. There's a high one down the right sideline to Covarrubias. Spins and turns it back to his guard, Brody. Brody going to go against Soria through the time stripe with 1:53 left here in the first. Throws it up on the right wing, pivoting Covarrubias in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. One hands it down to the right corner to Brody. Brody gets some tough pressure by Hernandez. Steps back and fires a 3. Clinks off the front of the rim. Hits off the foot of Covarrubias underneath the net, and it goes out of bounds on the Mustangs. Eagles will get it back to try to get their biggest lead here, up by 7 currently with 1:41 left first quarter. Here comes Soria now. Coming across the time stripe against Harris. Jump stop, bounce pass up top to Hernandez. Takes the dribble on the right circle, hand off to Clay. Top of the arc as well off the dribble, finds Proby. Over to Soria left wing. Thought about a 3, but stepping out on him is Brody. Unloads to Proby left corner. He drives the middle of the paint, spins left, and gets held before going up with it. Ripping his wrist off that time. Sheldon Harris, his second. We're already in the double bonus, so Eagles getting the 2 shots here for Proby. And Proby on the season shooting 55%, 5 of 9, and trying to extend on a 7-point lead. 1:21 left here in the first, 12-5 Eagles. First shot for Proby is right through the net. Darius gets his first point of the ball game. Had 6 last night against La Cueva. 13-5, Eagles up by 8, their biggest lead. And try to make it 9 here. Second shot is off the rim, no good. Ball pulled out on the baseline by Covarrubias. That's his second rebound. Outlet far side and getting bounced, knocked out of bounds is Harris, and putting a hip into him for the Eagles. Unfortunately, Proby, the guy that was just on the free throw stripe. That'll be his second, 6th team foul. So a total of 12 fouls already here in this game, and on the line will be Harris. He is 1 for 4, though, for 25%. Stops the clock with 1:15 remaining here in the first, and a 13-5 lead for the Eagles. Okay, the biggest lead has been 8 after that free throw by Proby at the other end. First free throw up and good, a swish. 6 points for Harris, leading the West Mesa Mustangs. Has all the points for the Mustangs and was the leader last night with 19, as we mentioned. He'll get one more. Makes them both. And now 13-7 your score. 7 points for Harris. Eagles will stick with Soria, Clay, Hernandez, Lowe. And also checking in just now, Justice French. Coming across the timeline is Lowe as he's picked up by Brody. Unloads to Soria on the left wing in front of the Mustang bench. 1 minute left in the quarter. Waiting for a screen from Hernandez. Uses to the top of the arc. Bounce pass back to Hernandez. Leans to the hoop. Throws up a shot. It rolls around the rim and drops, and a foul. Hernandez a chance for a three-point play. Nice screen and roll there for the big kid. He's got 2 points in the books now. And the foul against West Mesa, their 7th. They'll get that one against Martinez, the 6'2" player, their biggest guy in the court. That's his 2nd already, so he's going to be in some trouble here. Free throws up and good. Fernandez got 3 points. So make it 16-7 now. The biggest lead of the game is 9. 54 seconds left in the quarter. Long pass down to Covarrubias, left base. Turns and fires a point-blank shot from the left block and scores his first bucket. 16-7. Make it 16-9. Quickly in the front court. Soria on the right wing. Gets a screen from French. Uses up his dribble, gives it back to Clay on the right side as well. Crossover, spins to the right elbow, backs it out, throw it up top to Hernandez. Hand off to Lowe on the left wing, up top again to Soria. Stop and go dribble. Flips it back to Hernandez, top of the arc. No look pass to Lowe. NBA 3 from the right wing, in and out, no good. We got a battle for the boards on the left block and a body foul on the Eagles on the rebound. And that'll go against Justice French. He was physical underneath there. I didn't see much of an advantage, and Coach Ross is wanting for a double foul. I don't think he's going to get that, unfortunately. First on French, 17th foul. And guess who's back on the line again? Sheldon Harris. He likes to battle for the boards and is getting him a lot of free throw opportunities. He is 3 of 6, though, from the charity stripe, 50%. Has 7 points, or not, and he makes the free throw there. He's one of only 2 players that have scored so far. 8 for him and 2 for Covarrubias, who just made that quick jumper a few seconds back. 16-10. One more shot coming up for Harris. In and out, no good. Pulled down underneath by Clay. That'll be his 2nd rebound. He'll take the dribble up the court with 18 seconds left first quarter. 16-10, Eagles. Slows it down against Pastor. Crossover move. Goes around the left circle, down the lane. Little finger roll as he goes to the front of the rim and scoring it. Clay now with 3 buckets and 5 free throws. 11 points. Quickly a pass to the other end. A hook shot in the paint by Harris. He gets shoved into. Falls backwards. They get the foul. Comes off the back of the rim on the shot as they get the foul against the Eagles. They're 8th. Boy, this Harris kid has got himself a house built on the free throw stripe. 2nd on Jadarius Lowe. And right again, here comes Harris to shoot some free throws. 4 for 7. Score is 18-11. 7-point lead as he makes his first. Now a sub coming on. Oh, they called a lane violation there. So he won't get the second shot. 18-11, 7-point Eagle lead with 2.9 seconds remaining. Inbound to Clay on the near side with 2. Throws it across, an interception by Covarrubias. Goes up a half-court shot at the buzzer, but comes off the glass, no good. So the 5th turnover for the Eagles to end the first quarter, but they got the lead. 18-11 here. The second round of the APS Metro Tournament here at West Mesa High School in Albuquerque. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company. leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
For the second quarter of the APS Metro Tournament, Game 2 for the Hobbs Eagles, leading West Mesa, the home team, 18-11. Eagles led in scoring with Josiah Clay with 11 points. He's 5 for 5 from the charity stripe with 2 rebounds. Javen Sanders hit a tray for 3. Javen Hernandez has a bucket and 1 for 3. And Darius Proby with the point. For the West Mesa Mustangs, it's Sheldon Harris, 9 of the 11 points, 2 for Covarrubias. Hobbs basketball, right baseline as they get it down court. It gets knocked out by the Mustangs. Eagle ball again. Eagles out-rebounded West Mesa 8-4 in the first quarter. Hobbs, though, had 5 turnovers, just 3 for West Mesa. And a 7-point lead as we head into this second. Inbounding on the right baseline is Soria. Getting into Hernandez. Hands it back to Soria. Crossover move. Backs it out to the right wing. Guarded by the big boy Covarrubias. They turn up top to Beatty. Stop and go. Putting on the brakes. Stop and go again to the left elbow. Pivots. Leans and shoots with a nice little finger roll. And he extended his body in the air that time towards the rack and scores his first bucket. 20-11. Eagles by 9, matching their biggest lead of the game. Pass coming across the timeline to Pastor on the near side. Returns the time stripe to Brody. Now in the front court. Going to slow up and make a patient offense attempt. Bad pass on the bouncer. Taken away by Clay. West Mesa's 4th turnover. He spins in the lane. Goes back door to Soria. Misses the lefty layup. Put back up by Clay. He's got 13 points. 3rd rebound. Coming off the glass with 2 hands on the right side. And a timeout. Coach Earl not happy about the lead extended now to double digits as the Hobbs Eagles double the Mustangs 22-11. We're back in 30 seconds live on the radio, Cool 95.7, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
Your Hobbs Eagles leading 22-11 here in the second quarter. Eagles on a 4-0 run here with 7:05 remaining. Second round of the APS Metro. The inbound from the baseline for West Mesa knocked out of bounds as it's knocked out by Javen Hernandez. Him and Clay are both playing pretty tough pressure defense there on the baseline. They'll back it out a little bit now. Inbound to the near side on the redo for Pastor. One hands it back to the paint to Harris on a dangerous pass. Able to come up with it. He'll take on Javen Hernandez. Hernandez will pick him up at the time stripe. Bounce pass, high post, left elbow to Covarrubias. Fumbles it. Picked up by Harris left wing. He'll slide back around the right circle with the dribble and give it over to Brody in front of the Hobbs bench. Throws it back to Harris, who is looking into the lane. Pass was thrown behind him. He thought Harris was going to cut back to the corner right, but instead went to the more towards the rack, and it was well out of bounds. No chance to come back for that one. The 5th turnover, 2 in a row now for West Mesa, the same amount of turnovers as the Eagles at 5. Substitution, Coach Earl's not going to watch any more of this as he brings in a sub. That's Chad Romero seeing his first action. Here comes Beatty across the time stripe with an 11-point lead. Top of the circle. Getting fake it over to Clay and instead give it left to Soria. Wide open 3, NBA distance out the front of the rim. No good. Pulled down high. Right blocked by Harris, his first rebound. He'll dribble across the time stripe to the right wing and back it out against Hernandez. Crossover. Beats him to the right side 3 and throws up a shot and nails it. Harris with a 12-point top scorer so far for the West Mesa Mustangs. And a 3 at the other end nailed by Braddock Beatty from the right wing. 5 points for Beatty. Starting to get a track meet going on here with the big tray action going for both teams. Pass down the lane to Covarrubias. Misses, but goes back up over the front of the rim and scores with a 6'2" frame. 4 points, 3 rebounds for Esteban Covarrubias. 25-16. Eagles by 11 again. In the front court, pass to Soria, fires a 3, and he nails it over the top of the defender, Romero. Soria with his first 3 of the game. Second for the Eagles, or make it 3rd for the Eagles. Jalen Sanders had 1 in the first quarter. Of course, Soria had 3 in the game yesterday against La Cueva. They got a reach foul for the Eagles' pressure defense. Call that against Javen Hernandez, his second. First team foul here in the second quarter. Harris leading West Mesa with 12, and for the Eagles, 13 for Clay. As the inbound comes in the paint to Harris. Fires it across the timeline to Pastor, far right. Crossover move, top of the circle, hand it back to Harris. Around the right side, bounce it into the right corner to Masumbe in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. Almost ran into Coach Ross on the sideline. Uses up his dribble outside the circle and hands it back to the timeline to Harris. Almost went in the backcourt. He'll come around the left circle, step back three, and fade to the left. It comes out the front of the rim, no good. Hernandez with the rebound on the right block. Javen's second rebound. Outlet to Beatty in the front court, left wing. Fires it down to Surya, left corner. Posting up, Proby, left block. Triple team. Reverse layup, left to right. It rolls around the rim and good. Proby with a quick first step against 3 defenders. He's got 3 points. It's now 30-16 Eagles as I get caught up on the internet scoreboard. Into the front court, pass the left corner to Romero. Returns left side to Harris. Harris at the crossover to the free throw line. Gets it stripped by Beatty. That'll be West Mesa's 6th turnover. Throws it ahead to Proby to the right side rack. Misses the scoop shot. Rebound by Surya on the left block. It's knocked to the floor on his back with 2 defenders on top of him. No call. It goes out of bounds back to West Mesa. Coach Ross is trying to get some help on that one, but the official's not going to oblige him. Javen will take a seat with 2 fouls, and coming in for him will be Adrian Mora, who has 3 rebounds. 4:41 left, second quarter. It's 30-16. Inbound on the baseline to Brody. Brody will take on Clay. Hard dribble up the far right, and another close call on the foul. They'll call Clay for bumping into him near the scores table, far right sideline. That'll be Clay's first personal, second team foul. Inbounding near right side is Brody. Throws it to the backcourt to Pastor. Backs it out against Soria. Stop and go. Crossover to his left hand. Top of the circle. Flicks it over to left wing to Romero. 30-16 Eagles. Cross court right to Brody. 4:24 left here in the second. Waiting for a screen from Covarrubias. Uses it. Dribbles the left lane. A runner shot with 2 hands off the left side of the rim. No good. Rebound right block. Masumbe tries to go back up. He can't get it the drop. And then coming over the top to knock it out, Covarrubias went over the back of Beatty and Mora, but it sails off his hands, out of bounds. Eagle ball. Sanders returns for the Eagles after that big 3 earlier. Proby on the court as well. Beatty, Mora, and Surya. To Beatty in the front court right wing. Cross court left to move the zone to Surya. Dumps it down left baseline. Sanders sends it down right corner to Beatty, but throws it to the baseline, and Proby didn't have a chance to come back and get it out of bounds. 6th turnover for the Eagles. 4:01 remaining here in the second. They've got 3 Mustangs stacked up at the top of the 3-point line of the backcourt to try to break the press here. Inbounding left right baseline is Pastor. Throws it in, gets it back, kick it off to Harris on the near side, sends it ahead, front court to Masumbe. Dribbles down the lane, reverse layup, has a pass down low to Covarrubias from left to right as he lays it in for 2. His 6th point of the ball game. 30-18. Biggest lead has been 14, though, in the contest. 3:44 left in the half. Beatty to the right elbow. And getting bumped hard is Moore as he got the pass, got it knocked out of his hand. 7th turnover. Taken ahead on the layup by Masumbe for his first bucket. And Coach Ross wants to talk about it as West Mesa trying to scratch their way back into this game. 30-20 here in the second. West Mesa scored 9 points, the Eagles 12. It's a 10-point lead. We'll take a quick 30-second break as your Eagles up by 10. Come back with you on the Hobbs Eagle Network in half a minute.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
We're back after the Hobbs Eagle timeout. Hobbs leading 30-20 over West Mesa. Last year, Eagles beating this team in the consolation semifinals, 85-64. Eagles were up big at the half, 40-25. Right now up by 10. Pass down the right corner to Javen Hernandez. Bounce it right base to Proby, right near him. Tried to dribble to the near side and lost the control of the ball, and it goes out of bounds. The Eagles had 2 turnovers in a row. That's 8 total. 6 for West Mesa. 3:18 left in the half, and your Eagles up by 10. Off to Joel Harris into the front court. Gives it off to Pastor left wing. One-hand bounce pass up top of the circle to Masumbe. Lost it off his foot. Rolls out of bounds at the scores table. And waiting for a call here. Coach Ross is saying, where's the signal? And the officials kind of look at each other, and they go with the jump ball. And that's going to be an arrow for West Mesa. So no official saw whose foot it went off last. And that gives a benefit to the Mustangs. So inbound to the right wing, front court passer, drives baseline underneath the hoop. Good pressure by Soria. Returns to the right wing to Brody. In front of the Hobbs bench. Big jab step there, spin move. Comes down the lane with the cradle, throws a hook shot at the right rim, no good. Rebound right behind him by Soria, his fourth board. Does it up court and saved by Beatty, left corner. Backdoor to Hernandez, double clutch out the right rim, no good. And a rebound in transition by Harris. He'll jump into the front court, one step, two step, throws up a shot from the left side, but swatted by Javen Hernandez to the baseline, out of bounds. Clean block on the ball by Javen. Will be Mustang basketball underneath their hoop, down by 10. The inbound quickly to the left corner to Covarrubias. Handoff left wing to Brody. Turn it up top to Harris. Fires up a three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Tipped in the air at the free throw line. Hernandez comes down with it for the Eagles, his third board. Up ahead to Soria on the right wing with the dribble to the right elbow. Return to Hernandez. Up top to Soria. Swing it left to Clay. Moving the 2-3 zone for the Mustangs. Soria will get the pass top of the circle. Finds Hernandez on the right wing. Gets a double team. Keeps it same side to Soria. Cross court left to Beatty. NBA three. Rainbow jumper in and out. No good. Rebound by Hernandez on the fade in the lane. In and out. Couldn't get it to drop. His fourth board. And pulled down in the left block by Pastor for the Mustangs. His second rebound. He gets tied up quickly. And the arrow's going to go for the Eagles. That'll be a turnover for West Mesa. He did have a clean rebound on that one. It's turnover number 7. Soria the inbound from the left baseline. Gets it in. Hernandez in the corner. To Preby left wing, back to Soria, throws it way too hard off the fingertips of Soria from that left corner, out of bounds on the baseline. Turnover number 9. 2:03 left here in the second. A 30-20 lead for the Hobbs Eagles, up by 10. Inbounding from the left baseline is Brody. Gets it in the paint to Pastor in the backcourt. He'll go against Soria, his twin. Spin move into the front court. Comes down the lane. Puts on the brakes in the middle of it. Kick it up top to Harris. Stop and go. Down the lane. Reverse layup right off the rim. No good. Beatty pulls it down for his first board. He'll dribble into the front court. On the left wing. Continues down the lane. Double clutch. Over the iron. No good. Hernandez with the rebound on the right block. His fifth. Kick out right to Soria. His three's on the way and good. Stays in the cylinder. Second tray of the game for Soria. Fourth tray of the game for the Eagles. 33-20. Eagles back up by 13 with 1:29 left in the half. Into the front court comes Pastor, top of the circle. Spinning left to the left wing. Kick it up top. A hard shot to Harris, able to come it down, and Beatty is going to rip it out of his hands, but he recovers it, does Harris. Sends it to the right elbow. Fadeaway jumper for Mazumbe, nothing but net. His second bucket of the second quarter, a 10-footer from Mazumbe, 4 points for him. Eagles up by 11, 33-22. At the other end, Beatty fakes a three on the left wing. Jab step. Tries to pass Hernandez in the left corner. It's stripped by Martinez, but taken back by Beatty. Turnovers both ways. Beatty comes down the lane, lost the ball in the lane as it's stripped by Pastor for a turnover number 11. Pastor in the front court. Comes down the lane himself, rejected from behind. Tried to do a layup on the right side, and Clay sends it to the baseline. So the Mustangs will get a chance to inbound underneath their hoop, trailing by 11, 33-22. Getting kind of sloppy here late in the second. And coming up a little bit hobbled was Amarian Pastor, the guard that just went to the rack. Back on the court now, Covarrubias, as the big boy, 6'2", is going to come in for the little guard Pastor. Another sub for Coach Ural is Chad Romero. Lowe is checked in for the Eagles. Proby out there as well. Hernandez will stay on as well as Clay. Inbounding on the right baseline, Harris tries to send it back top of the arcs. Taken by Clay. Turnover number 9. Clay will take it to the rack. Double clutch right side. Misses off the front of the rim. Ball tipped around. Rebound free throw line by Lowe. Kick out left wing to Soria, who nails another three of the fadeaway over the top of Brody. Soria's third tray of the game. He's got all 9 points due to trays. The Eagles have extended their lead to 17, the biggest of the game. Make it 14. Coming across the timeline with the ball at the dribble is Masumbe. Comes around the right circle. A high-arching shot from the right block and puts it through off the glass. Masumbe has 3 buckets in this second. 6 points for him. 36-24. At the other end, right corner, Clay off the dribble. Comes in the lane. Scoop shot right glass. Comes off the iron. They call block foul underneath. Covarrubias, the big post player, was in there. And also crashing in was Romero. We'll have to see which guy gets it. That'd only be the first team foul for West Mesa here in this first or second quarter. They'll charge that one. Romero, his first. The help side defense that time. Looked like Clay might have got hit in the throat. He keeps rubbing that as he gets ready for his free throws. He is 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. First shot's up and in and out, no good. He's had 1 bucket here in this second quarter, 13 overall. Hobbs has scored just where they've scored 18 points in this quarter, 13 for West Mesa. One more shot for Clay to make it 14, hopefully, and nails it. 37-24. Eagles by 13 with 6.6 seconds remaining. The inbound of the lane. Dribble for Harris. Throws it across to Romero. Down to the left corner to Covarrubias. Behind him. Stolen by Lowe. He heaves up a three-quarter shot at the buzzer, but falls short. So West Mesa ends the half with their 10th turnover. By the Hobbs Eagles up by 13. One shy of their biggest lead of the first half. 37-24. Hobbs over West Mesa. We'll take a 3-minute break. Come back with all the stats for you here at the APS Metro Tournament Round 2. You're listening live on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place to bowl for nearly 100 miles around. You can grab a snack and bowl, play pool, or even video arcade. They're the perfect place for a birthday party. Bel Air Bowl has got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
SunGuard Precision is all about your truck and your home and making both look and feel amazing. SunGuard uses Lumar Window Tint, the top name in the game. For your truck, that means a cooler cap, UV protection, and a sleek custom look that turns heads. For your home, it's all about comfort blocking heat, reducing glare, and adding privacy without losing your view. SunGuard Precision brings style, protection, and performance on the road and at home. Call or look up SunGuard Precision in names and numbers. SunGuard Precision, your tinting pros.
Southwest Siding Windows and Doors. The name does not say it all. Steve Cox and his crew also specialize in roofing with shingles or metal, both commercial and residential, carports, and metal fencing. If considerate, fast, clean, and quiet is what you're looking for, then look no further than Southwest Siding Windows and Doors. Call 575-397-3340. Don't waste any more time. Call 575-397-3340 today. Southwest Siding Windows and Doors, 575-397-3340. The best in the Southwest.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Here's some good news. Master Plumbers is thanking their customers. Right now, you can have your drain cleared for $39. $39, and you pick the drain. You better hurry. This drain clearing promotion won't last long. Plus, free camera inspection. Drain clogged? No problem. Call the Master. 397-9385. Reminder, Master Plumbers will meet or beat any competitor's plumbing price.
Master Plumbers. Call the Master.
Welcome back to halftime here in Albuquerque. APS Metro Tournament Round 2. Your Hobbs Eagles up by 13 at the half, 37-24. Last year in the consolation semifinals against West Mesa, Hobbs up by 15, so kind of a close situation in this one. They played in the semifinals, though, last year. This is just the quarterfinals here in the consolation bracket. Look at the numbers at the first half. Sheldon Harris, the leading scorer for the Mustangs. He has 12 points, has all free throw attempts for the Mustangs, 5 of 9 for 55%, also 2 rebounds and 1 tray. His only bucket in that second quarter was a tray. Bose Musumbe was 6 points, all 3 of his buckets in the second quarter. And Esteban Covarrubias, who is their center, he has 6 points on 3 buckets and 3 rebounds. So only 3 scores in this game. They had only 4 against Rio Rancho, the number 1 team, last night. So they don't have a lot of guys stepping up in the offensive production. 1 3-pointer, that was Harris. They were out-rebounded by the Eagles 17-9, so 8 differential there. Covarrubias was at top with 3 boards himself. and 10 turnovers for the West Mesa Mustangs in the first half. For your Hobbs Eagles, already won in double figures. That's Josiah Clay with 14 points. And he is definitely shooting the lights out so far in terms of free throws. He has shot 7 times and converted 6 of 7. Again, 14 points for him. 11 points coming in the first quarter for Josiah Clay. Also finished with 3 rebounds. Also in the books for the Eagles, getting close to double digits. Lyric Soria hit 3 of his buckets in the second quarter. He was 3 3-pointers, I should say, for 9 points. Also with 4 rebounds. 5 points for Braddock Beatty, all coming in the second, including a tray. 1 rebound for Beatty. It was Javen Sanders nailing a 3-pointer in the first quarter for 3 points. Darius Proby has 3. He went 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. And Javen Hernandez, the starter in this game, back-to-back starting roles for him. He had 3 points in the first quarter on an and 1, and also had 5 rebounds. Eagles did out-rebound again, West Mesa 17-9, and that was thanks to 5 boards from Javen Hernandez. Lyric Soria with 4 and Adrian Mora with 3. Hobbs doing a really good job on the free throw line, although only 3 guys have shot free throws. 8 of 10 for 80%. Of course, they came in at 67% as a team. Hobbs really out shooting on the perimeter, 5-1 so far from 3-point range, but do have 1 more turnover, 11 compared to 10 for West Mesa. So those are the numbers here in the first half. Eagles had the biggest lead of 14 in the second quarter, but right now it is 37-24 over West Mesa. We're going to take another 3-minute break, get you ready for the second half of action. The Eagles play the second round of the APS Metro Tournament here in the consolation bracket. Also, don't forget, though, later tonight, the Lady Eagles will be playing against La Cueva. They won their game yesterday, so they're still on the winner's side bracket, and you can check that one out after we're done here. You won't have to miss that contest. It's the second game of the night, starting around 7 o'clock. Again, Hobbs up at 13 at the half here in West Mesa High School. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
First America Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
About a minute away from the second half action. Your Hobbs Eagles lead 37-24 over West Mesa, second round of the APS Metro Tournament. The teams that are left on the consolation bracket at the tournament so far, that includes Hope Christian, who's the second-ranked team in the 4A. They've got a 5-4 record. El Dorado comes in at 19 in the 5A, same division as the Eagles. They're 7-5. Valley, who's the 20th team in the 4A, 1-9 record, the worst record of the group. Trisco Heritage from the 5A, 17th ranked. They are 7-5. Of course, Hobbs Eagles come in at number 2 in the 5A this week, 11-3 record. And West Mesa, 5-7. They're 21st in the 5A division out of 27 teams. The other two teams that are important on our side of the bracket, Del Norte, they're playing here at the same time. We'll see if we can get that final before we're done tonight. They're 5th ranked in the 4A right now in the Max Preps poll. They got a 6-6 record. And Rio Grande, who is in the 5A with the Eagles, they are 26th, the next to last place team in the Max Preps poll. They're a 1-9 record. So Valley and Rio Grande are the bottom teams in the losers bracket, or better known as the consolation bracket, if you want to be politically correct. But the winner of the Del Norte Rio Grande game will play the winner of this game. The loser will play the loser. And, of course, if the Eagles still want to contend for the consolation championship, they have got to win tonight and Friday night to get to that Saturday championship like they did last year. They went 3-1 at the tournament after losing to a very tough game to start Volcano Vista. As we start the third quarter of action, West Mesa loses the ball in the lane. That'll be their 11th turnover, so the Eagles taking advantage of that one as they lead 37-24. Pass to Story on the left wing. Gets it down left corner to Beatty. Beatty will send it back to the timeline. An errant pass. It's saved by Clay, luckily, and gives it in the hands of Soria, left wing. 2 steps, threw the ball back. He lost control for a second. Beatty will get the catch at the left wing. Throws up a 3 off the back of the iron. And a rebound by Esteban Covarrubias. So not very good offensive starts for either teams in this third quarter. Into the front court comes the pass to Brody over the left wing to Harris. He'll step out near the timeline off the dribble. Kicks it back to Covarrubias in the left wing, and Beatty couldn't get the brakes on and chested up Covarrubias from behind to pick up the foul. That's his first team foul on the Eagles. They had 10 fouls in the first half, their first here in the second. There was 8 fouls for West Mesa in the first half. And I guess they said it was right inside the 3-point line, so they put it on the baseline left side. Inbounding is Brody, gets it in to the left corner to Masumbe. In front of the West Mesa bench. Uses up his dribble. Good D by Beatty right on top of him. Returns it back deep to the timeline to Harris. Harris is going to hold it. Coming up to get it, Covarrubias on the left elbow. He spins in the lane. It's stripped by Beatty. Turnover number 12 for the Mustangs. Beatty will send a one-hand pass to Hernandez right corner. Back to Soria right wing. Up top to Proby. Fakes a 3. Drives the lane. Kick out left to Beatty. Top of the arc to Soria. To the right wing to Hernandez. Wrap around down to Proby in the right corner. Guarded closely by Masumbe. Hand off to Beatty on the right wing. Takes a quick drive to the baseline. Double team. Dumps it in the paint to Proby, but throws it right in the hands of Mesa. Or West Mesa. But then the Eagles lose it, and we got turnovers going both directions. Mesa has it down to the left block to Covarrubias. Runs right into the Eagle Clay, and he is hurt. He's wincing in pain. Not sure if it's his bottom half or the top half that time. He got run over by Covarrubias. That's his first team foul and the 14th turnover for the West Mesa Mustangs. Clay has been rolling over his stomach and his back and continues to roll down to the baseline here. Still haven't seen if Coach Ross is out there to try to find out what part was injured here. He got flattened by Covarrubias on a hard drive to the hole. Got a couple coaching staff members out there now to take a look, and it looks like he's trying to extend his left leg. Not sure if that's the issue here. He's going to get helped up, so that's a good sign. Of course, already if you're just joining us, Malachi David is probably out for the Metro Tournament. Has an issue with his knee, the knee that put him out of the season last year. Told Coach right before the start yesterday that he couldn't go, and they pulled him off the starting lineup. So it looks like Clay's limping off. Appears to be maybe an ankle or leg injury there as he's helped back to the sideline. definitely can ill afford to lose him in this tournament. Of course, Clay averaging 11 points a ball game, 4.4 rebounds. But it will be Hobbs basketball as the officials trying to get the game started without the sub coming in. Jadarius Lowe will be in for the Eagles now. Trying to see where Clay went. He looks like he might have went to the training room. I don't see him on the bench, so they're going to have to look at him really quickly. Coming across the charity stripe is Soria now, or should I say the half-court line. Throws the pass to Lowe, gets it back. Over to Sanders on the left wing. He checked in during the break as well. Back to Soria on the right wing. Bounce into Proby right corner. Double team quickly. He's spinning, looking for help. Cross-courted over to Sanders. Drives baseline left. Little windmill layup. Got banged into, no call, but he lays it in off the left glass. Good body control there in the air for Sanders with 5 points. It's 39-24. Bad pass to the other end. Eagles get a pickoff. Turnover number 15 from West Mesa to Sanders on the right block. Throws up a shot put, no good. Fadeaway Hernandez on the rebound. Couldn't get it to drop middle of the paint. And pulled down for Covarrubias. Or correction, that was Navarro rebound. He just checked in for the Mustangs. Into the front court to Harris on the right wing. Eagles by 15 with 5:37 left here in the third. Gets a screen from Navarro. Pass over to the left wing. Shake and bake to the left side to Brody. He'll hand it off to Pastor. Spins down the lane, throws a little hook shot over the front of the rim and scores. Pastor with his first bucket of the contest, 39-26. Eagles still by 13. Pass down to the other end to Proby, fires up a three right corner, hits the side of the backboard, pulled down outside the paint by Masumbe. That's his third board. Outlet to the time stripe to bring it across is Harris. Gets a screen up top from Navarro. Fires a shot from the free throw line. Clinks out the front of the rim, no good. Soria picks it up on the transition with his fifth rebound. Sends it down to Proby left corner. Fires a three and swishes it. Darius Proby now with 6 points, matching his numbers from last night. 42-26. The Eagles' biggest lead now is 16 here at West Mesa High School. 4:45 left third quarter. Ball in the hands of Brody. Throws it to the free throw line. Turn and fire for Harris. Ill-advised shot at a hand to the face off the back of the rim. Rebound for Sanders, his first. Gets it across to Soria left wing. Down to Hernandez left corner. Rainbow three out the left rim. No good. Rebound left block for Harris, his third in the game. And hands it off near side to Brody. Stop and go dribble. Cross over to the free throw line. Continues down the lane on the cradle. And Proby and Lowe converge on him underneath the hoop and kind of chop down. Proby might have jammed his fingers on that one trying to reach for the ball. That'll be Proby's third personal, second team foul. Eagles cannot afford any more injuries. He's trying to pull his thumb out right now as he tried to take a swat at the dribbler on that one. They're going to call that a shooting foul, too. So Jericho Brody will hit the line. He's yet to score in this game. Mustangs 5 of 9 from the charity stripe for 55%. Now make it 6 of 10, bump to 60. And the first point for Brody. 42-26. Should be 27 now. The scoreboard takes a lot of time to update their numbers. Always got to double check to make sure I'm not wrong here. One more now for Brody. Trying to get it down to 14. It's up and good. He's got 2 points off the free throw line, 42-28. Quickly, Eagles get it in. Here comes Lowe in the front court. Unloads to Sanders. Wide open. No D on him. Throws up a three and nails it through the threads. Sanders with 2 trays in the game. He's got 8. Best game of the season for him on the shooting side, 45-28. Eagles up by 17. Their biggest lead of the ball game. In the front court on the left wings. Weaving through traffic is Brody. Back to the time stripe. Gives it off to the right wing. Pastor goes to the rack. Leans and shoots off the right block. No good. Rebound Low in the paint. That'll be Lowe's second rebound. Up ahead to Sanders. Drives the left side of the lane. Throws up a high shot. Got shoved in the back. Flopped to the floor. And the foul call. He'll get 2 free throws out of it. As he gets the call against Masumbe, his first, second team foul. And that'll put Sanders on the line for 2. Has had a lot of chances to shoot free throws. 2 for 3 on the season for 66%. Eagles at half were 8 of 10, 80%. Good free throw shooting, and there's one for Sanders. Nails the first one. 9 points for Sanders. I believe that's his high of the season. Okay, we had Clay go down with looked like an ankle injury. He's back on the bench now, luckily, and of course Malachi David out possibly for the whole APS Metro with a knee injury. Misses out the front of the rim, but rebound underneath by Proby. That's his first board. Kick out left baseline. Going to the rack is Mora. Gets shoved in the back. No, they're going to say he stepped on the baseline first. It'll be a turnover for the Eagles. Lost his footing a little bit there. That's the 13th turnover with 3:42 left here in the third. 46-28. Eagles by 18. Their biggest lead of the ball game. Full court pressure D. A bad inbound from the right baseline right to the Hobbs Eagle bench. They'll take it back to the baseline for the Eagles after the turnover. That's 16 for the Mustangs. Not doing themselves any favors. as Hobbs wants to advance to a couple more games in the Consolation Championship. On the right baseline is Proby in the Eagles' front court underneath the hoop. He sells the pass right to the bench the same way the Mustangs did. Nobody touches it, so the Mustangs will have to take it out on the baseline now. Boy, we're getting some carbon copy stuff going on here. That's the 14th turnover for the Eagles. Inbound in the backcourt to Harris. He'll take on low, stop and go. Comes across with 3:35 remaining in the third. Puts on the brakes, hand off on the left wing to Brody. Down the middle of the lane, Cradle. Tries a wraparound pass. He's tied up, getting a hand right on top of the basketball with Sanders. The 224 is going at that time and gets the jump ball, which will be an arrow for the Eagles and turns into a turnover for West Mesa now with 17. 46-28. Eagles by 18 with 3:25 remaining here in the third. Last year, Hobbs winning by 21. Right now by 18. Sanders in the front court. Finds Soria on the left wing. Cross court back to Sanders. Kick it back deep to low at the time stripe on the Mustang logo. Finds Soria in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench right. Down to the right corner to Sullivan, who just checked in. Cross courts it to Sanders on the left wing. His pass deflected as he tried to get it down the lane. It's picked off by Brody. Eagles 15th turnover. Send it down the lane to Harris, who leans in towards the right side of the rim and is fouled on the layup. Eagles trying to swat from behind that time and pick up their third team foul. They charge that to Lyric Soria, trying to take it from the air that time. Came crashing down on him, so he'll hit his second. And that'll put Harris on the line. Harris had a ton of free throws in the first half. He's 5 of 9, makes the first one there. He's got 13. That's his first point here in the second half. And we're already down to 2:59 left, third quarter. Lowe will take a breather, and Clay returns. Thankfully, seeing him back on the court after going down hard after taking a charge. Second shot, a swish for Harris. He's got 14 points now, 46-30. Eagles by 16. Here comes Soria now with the dribble hippity hop in the front court. Far right, bounce it back to the time stripe to Clay. Over to left wing to Sanders, fakes a three, dribbles to the left elbow, triple team. Over to right corner to Sullivan, fires a three, hits the top of the rim and comes off. Pulled down on the right block by Pastor for his third rebound. Up ahead to Brody on the left wing. Crossover move as Sullivan will step out on him. Returns to the time stripe. Dangerous pass to Pastor, but hipping him was Sanders and picked up the foul. He tasted a pickoff there and ran right into the dribbler. That's his second personal, 14th foul. So the Mustangs one away from the double bonus here. 2:33 left in the third. Inbounding in front of the Mustang bench on the left sideline is Brody. Goes into the backcourt to Harris. Picked up at the time stripe by Soria. Crossover move, left, right. Comes around the circle. Hands it off to Pastor. Drives to the free throw line. Kick out left wing to Brody. Fires up a three and swishes it through. Brody now with 5 points. His first tray of the ball game. First bucket as well. 46-33 Eagles. In the front court. Bounce pass to Sanders left corner. Double team against him. Uses up his dribble. He's having some trouble. Wraparound pass on the near sideline. Got knocked out, but they called the timeout first. Coach Ross doing a smart job of watching cross court. Did not want that ball to get away from him and gets a timeout before it got knocked out of bounds. 2:08 left, third quarter. Hobbs up by 13, 46-33 over West Mesa. We'll come back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
Welcome back to West Mesa High School here in Albuquerque, the APS Metro Tournament Round 2. Your Hobbs Eagles up over the Mustangs, 46-33, so they're beating the home team on their court. The winner of this game has a shot at either Del Norte or Rio Grande. We're underway right now at the same time. That's important for the Eagles to get the win here, so that keeps them still in contention for the Consolation Championship like last year. If they lose, that'll drop them into the 9th or 11th bracket, depending on if they win Friday. Or if they win, I should say, they get in the 9th/11th bracket. If they lose, they're going to be towards the bottom in that 13th place bracket. Still a couple games left, though, as we get Into this third quarter again. 2:08 remains in the third. We pass it to the right corner on the inbound for the baseline, and sailing it through the hole on the tray, it's Soria. He's got 12 points, all 4 on 3-point shots. Eagles up 49-33, up by 16. 1:55 remaining. Soria gets a steal to half court. He tries to take it to the rack and gets it knocked out of his hands from behind, left side of the lane on the layup. Swatting it is Harris. Almost got a foul on that one. But the pickoff at the half court would be the 18th turnover for West Mesa. Having some serious trouble setting up an offense. Eagles by 16. The inbound to Hernandez left corner. Returns it left wing to Mora. Down low to Hernandez left block. Turns it, fires up point blank on the left glass and scores it off the glass. Nice job opening up Hernandez. He's got 5 points and 6 rebounds. 51-33. Eagles back up by 18. Matching their biggest lead. Jumping to the right elbow. Stop and go. For Brody, leans and shoots off the right rim, no good. Rebound underneath by Clay is 4th. Throws it across the top line to Mora, comes down the lane, reverse layup on the left side, gets hit in the back of the head. Missed the layup from right to left, but gets the foul call. And that'll be West Mesa's 3rd team foul. Shooting 2 will be Mora. And that call will go against the Covarrubias, his 3rd. First chance for Mora to shoot free throws tonight. 2 for 6 on the season for 33%. And trying to get himself in the scorebook here. And does so with the first one. He does have 3 rebounds prior to that. And technically, right now, he is the tallest kid on the squad with Malachi David, unfortunately, with a knee injury. 6'3" is what they've got him listed on the roster. A couple guys at 6'2", including Clay. Second shot, in and out, no good for Mora. Still 52-33, the rebound in transition past her, his 4th. With 1:13 left in the third. To give it up top to Harris. Drives the lane. Scoop shot on the right side through 2 defenders. They call the foul. So 2 free throws coming. 5th on the Eagles. That'll be double bonus the rest of this third quarter as they'll attach that foul to Mora, his 1st. And on the line will be Harris. Harris has only got 2 points in the third. 2 for 2 on the line here. 14 total. And makes the free throw. 15 now. Been on the line 12 times, 9 of 12 for 75%. All of his points coming on free throws here in the 4th. And up and good. He's got 16, 4 for 4 here in the third quarter. 52-35 with 1:05 remaining in the third. Clay gets the ball knocked out of his hands on the right wing, gets over to Proby on the deflection. Cross court left with one hand to Soria, over to the left corner to Mora. Fadeaway 3, it swishes it through. Had a big man in his face too, Navarro. Mora makes him pay. As the Moore now with 4 points. So he's starting to come on now. 55-35. A 3 shot at the other end by Masumbe on the left wing. He's got 9. 55-38. Eagles' biggest lead has been 20 in this quarter. Hobbs quickly in the front court. Hernandez top of the circle against a 1-2-2 zone over to Soria right wing. Cross court left to Mora. Down to Proby left corner. Fakes a 3, drives baseline. Sails it back to Soria right corner. Saves it over to Clay on the right wing. He drives and weaves through 3 defenders. Puts up a shot on the right glass. Coming down the paint and is fouled. Ball comes off the left rim. Tried to turn his body to the hoop that time. Got spun around. But he'll get a couple of free throws out of it. They get the call on Brody, his 2nd 4-team foul. 2 shots for Clay. He's got 14 points. 6 of 7 from the charity stripe. Trying to get his first point of the third, but he did have to sit due to look like an ankle injury for a little bit and makes the free throw. He's got 15. One more shot for Clay, leading the squad in scoring. 12 for Soria so far, and another one good. 16 now for Clay. 57-37. Quickly in the front court, the pass down to the right corner. The big man Navarro throws up a 3, in and out, no good. Rebound by Hernandez on the right block. His 7th board. Throws it deep to Mora, right corner. 18-footers, an air ball. Rebound left block by Proby. Leans back and shoots his 2nd board and nails over the front of the rim. Right up underneath the hoop that time. He's got 8 points and 2 rebounds, 59-37. Half-court shot at the buzzer, no good, and that will end the third quarter of action. The Eagles pick up their biggest lead of this ball game, up by 22, 59-37 over the West Mesa Mustangs on their home court. We'll be back in 1 minute here with the Hobbs Eagle Network at the APS Metro Tournament.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place to bowl for nearly 100 miles around. You can grab a snack and bowl, play pool, or even video arcade. They're the perfect place for a birthday party. Bel Air Bowl has got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
SunGuard Precision is all about your truck and your home and making both look and feel amazing. SunGuard uses Lumar Window Tint, the top name in the game. For your truck, that means a cooler cap, UV protection, and a sleek custom look that turns heads. For your home, it's all about comfort blocking heat, reducing glare, and adding privacy without losing your view. SunGuard Precision brings style, protection, and performance on the road and at home. Call or look up SunGuard Precision in names and numbers. SunGuard Precision, your tinting pros.
Hobbs Eagles start the fourth quarter up 59-37 over West Mesa here in the second round of the APS Metro Tournament. The Eagles 16 points for Josiah Clay, 12 for Soria, 9 for Sanders, 8 for Proby. And for West Mesa, 16 for Harris, 9 for Masumbe. Mustang basketball to start the fourth. Pass to the right wing to Masumbe. Fadeaway three out the back of the rim. Hernandez trying to get a piece of it at the free throw line. Picked up by Mora on the defensive rebound. So Mora now with his fourth, and he throws it across to Hernandez, cross court left to right. In the front court, Hernandez on the right wing. Sends it to a wide open Proby left corner. Rainbow three off the side of the rim, no good. Pulled down on the right baseline by Covarrubias. His fifth board. Steal by Clay in the paint. Throws up a shot, misses off the left rim. That was the 19th turnover of the game, and a rebound for the guard. That is Pastor, his fifth. He gets stripped to the timeline. Proby goes uncontested for the layup to the right side of the rim. So Proby now at 10 points, his best showing of the season so far, and the 20th turnover for West Mesa. 61-37. The Eagles got their biggest lead of 24, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds. No, they call the foul on the far left sideline against the Eagles. Call that against Proby, his fourth. First team foul against Hobbs in the fourth. Clay's going to take a seat. I think they're just being cautious with him on that ankle. Let's see who they come in with on that. Looks like it will be Hendrick Sullivan returns. As Moore is also going to take a seat. So it's Sullivan, Sanders, Soria, Hernandez, and Proby on the court. Inbounding from the far left side. Pastor in front of the West Mesa bench. Back to the timeline to Harris. He'll slide right with the dribble, taking on Soria. Up top to Covarrubias. Good D by Hernandez. Bounce pass to the near sideline to Navarro. Kicks it to the right elbow to Pastor, spins right, stays at the right block, though. Goes behind, right side to Masumbe. Returns on the right wing to Pastor. He'll spot up a three, and a clinker off the front of the rim, no good. He gets a ricochet action, pinball. Masumbe gets a piece of it on the left block, as well as Soria. Kind of a crapshoot there. I don't see a jump ball call. They're just going to give it to West Mesa. They'll go out near the left corner in front of the Mesa bench. Front court. Hobbs up by 24. 6:35 remaining. Inbound on the left wing to Harris. Crossover, but stand right with him is Sanders. To the free throw line. Pushes off left wing to Pastor. Return up top to Harris. Drives the left side of the lane. Another scoop and good off the glass. Harris with 18. 61-39. Eagles not going to waste time, though. Across the timeline is Soria up by 22. Zips it down left corner. Three on the way for Sullivan off the back of the rim and out of bounds on the baseline, but it was touched by Masumbe for the Mustangs. Hobbs Eagle ball. Soria will be the inbound man on the right baseline, up by 22. Gets it into Proby right corner, returns to Hernandez right wing, back to Soria into the Hobbs Eagles sideline, throws up a three from the right side at the back of the rim. Ball chased down to the right corner by Covarrubias, his sixth board for the Mustangs. Throws it up to the timeline, and bringing it across far left is Harris. Cross court right to Masumbe, fakes a three, returns to Harris on the left wing, fires a three at the back of the rim. Ball tipped back to the timeline, picked up by Pastor, his sixth rebound. Dribbles to the right corner, knocked out of his hands from behind by Soria. It rolls out of bounds on the baseline. It will be Mustang basketball. And Coach Earl going to set up some offensive strategy here. Although his team is down by 22, he calls a timeout. 5:46 left, fourth quarter. Hobbs 61, West Mesa 39. Back in 30 on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 radio station.
Southwest Siding, Windows, and Doors. The name does not say it all. Steve Cox and his crew also specialize in roofing with shingles or metal, both commercial and residential, carports, and metal fencing. If considerate, fast, clean, and quiet is what you're looking for, then look no further than Southwest Siding, Windows, and Doors. Call 575-397-3340. Don't waste any more time. Call 575-397-3340 today. Southwest Siding, Windows, and Doors, 575-397-3340. The best in the Southwest.
Hobbs Eagles up 61-39 over West Mesa here, second round of the APS Metro Tournament after a timeout here. I'd like to thank our sponsors of all the tournament action and the season for the Hobbs Eagles: Eastern New Mexico University, Lasco Construction, Badger, Master Plumbers, Divine Energy Services, Forest Tire, Lee County State Bank, TDS, First American Bank of Hobbs, NMR Pipeline, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Hobbs Express, SunGuard Precision, Bel Air Bowl, Southwest Siding, Windows and Doors, and DNC Electric. Again, thanks to our sponsors to make these broadcasts live and free for you on the internet and the radio. On the inbound for West Mesa on the right baseline in their front court, looks like a hold-off ball called against the Eagles on a foul. They'll call that one against Lowe, his second team foul on the Eagles. 5:46 remaining here in the fourth. Again, the winner will take on the Del Norte Rio Grande winner. Loser will be against the loser of that game. Deep inbound to the right wing, picked up by Harris. Turns and fires a three off the back of the rim. Ball tipped up in the air, pulled down by Masumbe outside the left side of the paint. Misses the shot, gets his own rebound, goes back up from the left elbow, throws up a runner and scores it. He's got 11. 11 points, 5 rebounds for Masumbe, 61-41. Eagles by 20. In the front court, Sanders going to drive right baseline against two defenders, gets swatted from back in front. They're going to say it was a clean swat, goes out of bounds, but it will be Hobbs Eagle basketball on the block shot. Coach Earl going to go back to his bench and bring in a sub. That'll be Romero returning as he checks in for Navarro. Sanders will inbound from the right baseline underneath the Eagle hoop, up by 20. Bounce it in back door to Hernandez, gets down low. And we got a whistle on the baseline. They point out of bounds. Hernandez had a hold of it, but I'm not sure what the call was. No foul, nobody stepping on the baseline. I'm not sure what that was at all. Inbound to Beatty on the right wing, drives the middle of the paint, turns and fires a shot across the free throw line off the back of the iron, pulled down by Covarrubias. That's his 7th board. Tries to turn and throw the ball over to the far left to Pastor, but he gets hit in the arm. They call the foul on the Eagles. That's a 3rd team foul against Hobbs, and they'll charge that one Hernandez, his 3rd. Inbound to the backcourt to Harris. His team trailing by 20 with 5:05 remaining. He'll drive the lane, scoop high, no good off the rim. Rebound for the Eagles by Lowe, his 3rd. He'll jump into the front court. Top of the circle, fires a pass left wing to Sullivan, down left corner to Beatty, fakes a 3. Good head fake. Cross court right to Sanders. To Sullivan on the left wing, gives it over to Beatty, same side, returns to Sullivan. Dribbles to his left hand, fires a pass to Lowe on the right side of the arc. And up top to Beatty to reset, 4:40 left. Tried to dribble behind his back, got it knocked out of his hands momentarily, picks it back up, gives it to Sullivan left wing, down to Hernandez on the left elbow post. Back over to Beatty on the left wing, up top to Hernandez. Hand off to Sanders, top of the circle, spinning. Back to the Mustang logo, middle of the court off the dribble. And coming to get it is Sullivan. On the near left sideline, running clock with 4:18 remaining, and the Eagles by 20. Over to Lowe on the right side of the arc. Stop and go against Hernandez's screen. Spins, lost the ball, and it's picked off by Pastor. The Eagles turnover number 16. Misses a layup on the right side of the reverse. Put back over the front of the rim, though, by Romero. His first bucket and first rebound, Chad Romero. 61-43, 18-point lead for Hobbs. Into the front court, Hernandez off the pass. Hands it off to Beatty on the near left side. He'll fire up an NBA 3. Off the left rim, no good. Ball loose at the top of the arc. Rebound by Hernandez, his 8th. Hands out to Lowe on the right wing. Back behind to Sanders. Sanders going to go back to the time stripe and give a handoff to Hernandez. Dribbling through his legs. Crossover to his left hand to Beatty on the left elbow. Gets chopped hard from behind. They call the foul at the free throw line as Jadarius, or make that Anaya, I believe, the guy that chopped him. Correction, that's not Anaya. That's the first team foul. I know that for sure. We'll see who got the foul on that one. I think it was Harris. Yep, that is Harris's 3rd personal. Hobbs basketball left baseline. Sanders the inbound. 3:33 remaining. Gets it in left block to Lowe. Taps it right back to Sanders in the left wing. Dribbling through his legs. Double team down the near sideline. Stripped by Pastor. And they're going to say It was Sanders with a retaliation foul there, reaching in. They called on him. That's his third, 14th foul, and that'll be the Eagles' turnover number 17. Been 20 turnovers for West Mesa, so not the cleanest of all games, but Hobbs still with a comfortable 18-point lead, 3:25 remaining. Him out of the backcourt to Harris. He's the leading scorer with 18 for the Mustangs. Hobbs led with 16 for Clay. Drives the right elbow, stripped by Beatty, able to recover is Harris on the right wing. Throws it up top to Masumbe, comes down the lane, reverse layup with a scoop off the right glass and scores. 13 for Masumbe. It's 61-45. Eagles by 16 with 3 minutes remaining. Beatty in the front court, top of the arc. Crossover to his left hand against double team pressure. Spins in the paint. Leans and shoots. Scoop on the left side. Comes shallow of the rim. But he got bodied to the floor, landing on his butt that time on the left side of the iron. But they caused a foul on that. And that for West Mesa will be the second team foul. That will be the second on Masumbe. And Beatty will go to the line to shoot two. Yet to shoot a free throw. Eagles are 12 of 16 for 75%, but misses off the front of the rim for Beatty. He does have 5 points. 16 for Clay, 12 for Soria, 9 for Sanders, 10 for Proby. 61-45 is the score. One more shot coming for the Eagles, Beatty, and he nails it, making it 62-45. 6 points for Beatty. Sanders returns, was just off the floor for a second, and checks back in for Beatty. Lowe still on the court. Mora's on the floor now as well. So is Hendrick Sullivan and Soria. Inbounding from the right baseline of the backcourt. Pastor for the Mustangs. Running up and down the sideline or baseline, trying to get somebody in. They got the 5-second violation. And that'll be the 21st turnover for the Mustangs. Good D. Eagles covering everybody on that one. Clock stop with 2:57 remaining. Hobbs working on their 12-3 record, and West Mesa's going to drop to 5-8, 3 under 500. Soria to inbound on the right base, gets it into Low on the right wing, front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. Dribbles back to the timeline, gives off to Sanders. Back deep once again to Soria. Up top to Mora, over to right wing to Low, hand off to Sanders. Right side, up top to Mora once again, hand off back to Soria. Gives it back on the yo-yo passing game to Mora. Behind to Sullivan, up top to Soria. Throws up an NBA three off the back of the rim. Chased down at the free throw line by Mora, his 5th board. Back out to Soria on the right wing. Crossing it through his legs. Finds Sullivan in the right corner. Dump it down to Mora, right block. Fadeaway jumper rejected hard by Covarrubias to pull it down. And the rebound, his 8th. Throws it ahead to Pastor coming underneath the hoop on the right side. Double clutch is hammered hard. And that's going to be a foul on the Eagles, trying to get back on defense. Call the foul on Mora, his 2nd to save a layup. 15 fouls. That'll put the Mustangs in double bonus the rest of this 4th quarter, but they trail by 17. Pastor is yet to be on the free throw line. He does have 1 bucket here in the 4th. Clock stop with 2:20 left, 4th quarter. 62-45 Eagles. First shot for Pastor's good. He's got 3 points. Only been 3 guys that have shot free throws in this game. Of course, a lot from Sheldon Harris. Pastor with his first attempt and a couple made for Brody. Harris had made 4 for 4 in the 3rd quarter. Misses off the front of the rim for Pastor. Pulled down in the right corner and trying to dribble up the near sideline was Moore after his 6th rebound. Gets stripped from behind. They call the free throw shooter on the foul. Pastor. That'll be his first, 3rd team foul against the Mustangs. Inbounding on the near side backcourt is Mora. Back deep to Soria. Going hard against Masumbe. Beats him across. Bounce pass to Sanders on the right wing. To Low in the right corner. Returns to Sanders. From the Eagle bench. Gets through his defender and then reaching out to try to slap at him was Pastor. Quick 2nd foul on him. And the 14th fouls. The Eagles now 1 away from the double bonus. Lowe's going to be subbed here for a second. Proby back on the court for Hobbs. 16-point lead for the Eagles, 62-46. Have some issues with our scoreboard here online. Bear with me on that. Inbound to Soria, dribbles to the free throw line. Give it up top to Proby, gives it right back to Soria, backs it out to the Mustang logo, middle of the court. 1:55 remaining. Coach Ross wants to see some rotation on the offense. Soria dribbles right, give it off to Sanders, gets through 2 defenders, crossover, lost the ball, fumbled it away, and taking it from him on the floor, keeping his knees on the hardwood was Harris. That'll be a turnover for Sanders and the Eagles. That's their 18th. Coach Ross does not want to see the sloppy play, and I believe there might be a timeout on the court as well. 1:45 left, 4th quarter. Hobbs up by 16, 62-46. We'll take a 30-second break, come back with the APS Metro Tournament on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Over West Mesa here in the APS Metro Tournament, second round. Again, Eagles winning last year over this same team, or parts of this same team, 85-64. Bunch of freshmen in last year's squad, and the team this year has had a ton of young underclassmen as well. They've really had to build on what they got on this squad. I'm trying to remember what their numbers were here. 6 of their 13 on the roster are sophomores this year. So we're looking about half there. So that kind of tells you that the youngsters, a lot of them were young last year as well. Nobody taller than 6'2". So kind of rebuilding year for West Mesa. They get the inbound on the pass to the right wing, trying to throw it down low, and Mora picks it off for Hobbs. So West Mesa now with 22 turnovers. Pass across the timeline to Soria with 1:26 remaining in the game. Throws it back up top to Lowe. Lowe pivoting. Fakes the handoff, dribbles right around the circle, gives it off to Morrow with 1:17 remaining and a 16-point lead. Back to Soria at the time stripe, double team to left wing to Sullivan. He gets doubled up as well, finds Morrow left corner, posting up Proby, turns and shoots in the left block off the left rim, no good, and pulled down on the rebound by Covarrubias. That's his 9th. Sends it ahead to the left wing, front court to Harris in front of the Mustangs bench. Thought about a 3. Drives the lane, spins, bounce pass left corner to Pastor. Under 1 minute remaining. Stripped by Lowe on the steal, and that'll be another turnover, number 23. Lowe throws it ahead to Soria on the right wing. In front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. Up top to Lowe, swinging left side. Circle to Mora. He'll back it out with 41. Coach wants to see some rotation. Up top to Lowe. Wraparound pass to Soria right wing. Bounce it to Proby at the free throw line. Fumbles it off his knee, but he's stripped from behind and a foul. That'll go against Harris. That'll be his 4th personal. 15th foul. Put the Eagles in the double bonus. Or at least should. It looks like the officials trying to get the inbound. Do they realize there's a 5th foul against West Mesa? No, they don't. Why aren't they shooting 2 free throws? Even the scoreboard has 5 fouls out there. Surrey will get the inbound and back it out to the half-court line. They should be shooting 2 free throws. Don't understand that scoreboard even says it itself. Surrey gets the inbound and throws it back to the baseline on the bouncer. Ball loose on the floor. Proby tried to get it, but it's stripped out of his hands by Romero. So the Eagles getting their 19th turnover. Pass to the right wing, front court. Masumbe fires an off-balance 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound and scoop back up on the right glass by Pastor. He's got 5 points and 7 rebounds. 62-48. Still don't know why the Eagles didn't get to shoot 2 free throws. And that will end the game as the clock runs out. Your Hobbs Eagles with the victory, 62-48 over West Mesa, the Mustangs. Hobbs improves to 12-3. The Mustangs drop to 5-8. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagle postgame show here at the APS Metro Tournament, back in 3.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Here's some good news. Master Plumbers is thanking their customers. Right now, you can have your drain cleared for $39. $39, and you pick the drain. You better hurry. This drain clearing promotion won't last long. Plus, free camera inspection. Drain clogged? No problem. Call the Master. 397-9385. Reminder, Master Plumbers will meet or beat any competitor's plumbing price.
Master Plumbers. Call the Master.
Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
Back here at West Mesa High School in Albuquerque, round 2 of the APS Metro Tournament. The home team, West Mesa, losing to your Hobbs Eagles tonight, 62-48. Eagles winning by 14. Hobbs improves to 12-3, and Mesa drops to 5-8. And that will put the Eagles into the consolation championship mode. They will go to the semifinals on Friday. We'll get you the details on that here in just a minute. But let's go for the numbers. First of all, for West Mesa, they end up with 2 in double figures. Sheldon Harris finished with 18 points, 9 of 13 from the charity stripe. So a predominant number of free throw opportunities for him. Also 3 rebounds, and was close to fouling out, but he still stayed in the game with 4 fouls. Bose Masumbe finished with 13 points. And he had a 3-pointer to his name, plus 5 rebounds. So those two guys, Harris and Masumbe, combined for 31 of the total 48 points, a majority of the scoring for the Mustangs. Other scores in the books, 6 for Esteban Covarrubias, one of their post players. He had 6 points and 9 rebounds. He was their 6'2" guy, their biggest on the court. Amarian Pastor, their guard, with 5 points, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, and had 7 rebounds. Jericho Brody had all 5 of his points in the third quarter, went 2 of 2 from the line, had a 3-pointer as well. And Chad Romero coming off the bench for a bucket and 2 points. A total of 6 scores in the books for the West Mesa Mustangs. They were 12 of 17 from the charity stripe for 70%. Only hit 3 trays in the game, and that was a 1 for Masumbe. Also a tray for Harris and 1 for Brody. They were out-rebounded from the Eagles 30-25, so 5 shy of the Eagles' numbers. And top rebounder was Covarrubias with 9, 7 for Pastor and 5 for Masumbe. And they had 4 more turnovers than Hobbs, 23 versus 19. For your Hobbs Eagles, they have 3 guys in double figures. Josiah Clay finishing with 16 points, almost perfect from the charity stripe. He was 8 of 9. And went 5 of 5 in the first half. So definitely some good numbers from him. Also had 4 rebounds for the Eagles. Went down, looked like an ankle injury there, but came back in the third quarter. So good news there. Hopefully he'll be able to bounce back from that for Friday's game. 12 points for Lyric Soria. He had 4 3-pointers in the game. All of his shots were trays that went through and finished with 5 rebounds. So continues to stroke it through for the Eagles on the 3-point shots. Now that puts him up to 34 3-pointers for Hobbs this season. Also in double digits, it was Darius Proby with 10, 4 better than last night's performance as well, and had 2 rebounds. He also hit a tray and went 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. So the Hobbs Eagles getting 3 in double digits. They combined for 38 of the Hobbs 62 points in Soria, Clay, and Proby. Right behind them, Jalen Sanders coming off the bench. He had 2 trays himself, 1 of 2 from the line for 9 points and 1 rebound. It was also in the books for Adrian Mora with 4 points, 1 for 2 on the line, hit a tray. All 4 of his points coming in the third quarter, and had 6 rebounds for the Eagles. Javen Hernandez had 5 points, 1 of 1 from the line, and had 8 rebounds. Braddock Beatty for 6 points. He had a tray in the second quarter, had 1 of 2 free throw shooting, and 1 rebound. And I believe that's about it for the Eagles. They finished up with 7 scores in the books, 13 of 18 from the charity stripe for 72%. Again, they out-rebounded West Mesa 30-25, even without Malachi David, who's out with a knee injury. Their top rebounders for the Eagles, make that Hernandez with 8. Mora finished with 6, and Lyric Story of 5. Josiah Clay had 4. So a lot more guys involved in the rebounding tonight versus last night. Again, the Eagles with just 4 shy of the turnovers, 19 versus 23 for West Mesa. Again, Eagles now 12-3, West Mesa 5-8. And they're still trying to find out who the winner of that other game was. It's Del Norte playing Rio Grande in the other game that determines who will play the Eagles tomorrow. Del Norte at 6-6 on the season. Rio Grande at 1-10. And looking at the situation so far, Rio Grande is currently 26 in the Max Prep poll. That's one near the bottom. There are 27 teams in the 5A, so they're one above that at 1-9. Or excuse me, 1-10. Del Norte, on the other hand, currently in the 4A, they are ranked 5th, and they have a 6-6 record, as we mentioned, at 500. So more than likely, Del Norte might be the winner of that game. We don't have the final yet, but whoever it might be, that game will be on Friday night at 7 o'clock at Sandia High School. They won't be at West Mesa. It'll be at Sandia for either Del Norte or Rio Grande to play the Hobbs Eagles. We'll have the pregame show around 6:45, the tip-off at 7 o'clock. So keep on touch with the Hobbs Eagles. They've got 2 more games left Friday, and if they win that game, they will be in the Consolation Championship on Saturday. Kind of saw a similar trend last year as the Hobbs Eagles lost that first game to Volcano Vista and came back and won the 3 remaining games to get into the Consolation Championship and pick up that win for 9th place here at the tournament. So they definitely can do that again. Last year it was a 62-55 loss to Volcano Vista, who was ranked number 1 at the time. Then beat Valley 64-39. West Mesa 85-64 by 21, and then beat Highland in the Consolation Championship 84-64. And a couple of those teams are still in the mix too. Valley is still hanging around on this side of the bracket, as well as Highland. Of course, West Mesa has been bounced back. They will have to play for the 13th bracket there, 13th place bracket, as they continue with their 2 games left. So looking forward to that. But don't forget tonight as well, the Hobbs Lady Eagles still in action too. They won their game last night, so they will a big-time win over at Trisco, and they will play the La Cueva Bears at La Cueva. That's just a few minutes away from now. You can still catch that on the YouTube Hobbs channel there, and also you can get that on the HobbsAmerica.com. Just click on the Hobbs Eagle logo. The Hobbs girls playing here in just a couple of minutes. Pre-game show already underway. Ron Gunner covering that action from La Cueva. Again, final score here tonight, 62-48. The Hobbs Eagles victorious over West Mesa, and we will see you on Friday night at 6:45 against either Del Norte or possibly Rio Grande. Thanks for joining with us tonight here at West Mesa High School in Albuquerque for the APS Metro Tournament. Thanks to Evie Stuber back at the station, myself, Ty Friend here in Albuquerque. We will see you on Friday. Have a great rest of the week out there.